Welcome back to Cord Cutting today for May 15th, 2023. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including Amazon's new home internet service is one step closer to becoming a reality. HBO Max is becoming Max. We got some details ahead of next week's transition and merger with Discovery Plus, and YouTube TV, the only TV service to gain subscribers, live TV service. We're going to be breaking this all down and a whole lot more in a little bit. First, really good to be back. Thank you to everybody who was patient with me last week as we traveled. I know I missed 2 days, but I hope you enjoyed the other videos we posted. And it's good to be back. We're back to a regular Monday through Friday with Cord Cutting Today videos. Now, with that said, if you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each video there. You can find out on cordcuttersnews.com there. And lastly, before we get into it, hey, if you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of cable TV. So with that said, let's dive into it, starting off with Amazon's new home internet will soon be closer to reality. According to the Wall Street Journal, Amazon intends to launch satellites this month or in the next few weeks. They've had some setbacks with other launchers, but reportedly Amazon is intending to very soon launch satellites into space to start testing out a few different models. Based on the results of this launch, they'll decide which of their models they'll start mass producing, and Amazon's home internet will start mass producing, hopefully this year, satellites for mass launches next year, and to start offering home internet service to Amazon Prime customers, at least in select areas, as soon as next year. Now, Amazon says they want to be competitive. Reportedly, the kits for these home internet services, they hope to be cheaper than what SpaceX is offering. And word is, Amazon hopes to be cheaper than SpaceX across the board. We'll have to see in pricing when it actually happens. Right now, it's just rumors and reports. So we'll keep a close eye on this, but let me know, would you subscribe to Amazon Home Internet if it's a good, cheap price? Now, primarily, this is targeting more rural areas, people with limited internet options. But it's one more option for home internet. The more options there are, the better pricing, better options we can get from other providers too. All right, next week, from when you're watching this, or when I'm posting this, I should say, HBO Max is merging with Discovery Plus, rebranding to just Max, and will be rolling out new apps. Now, a few highlights right here. I have a full post over at cordcuttersnews.com with a lot of details here if you want to find out everything. But starting off with the some details on the content, they say they'll be adding as much as 40 new titles every month to HBO Max, shows, movies, etc. They claim it'll be the largest catalog of award-winning movies anywhere. Now, for this service, if you have HBO Max now, you're going to be transitioned right over to Max. For most people, you'll wake up on the day of launch and your app will auto-update to the new Max app. That would do. Now on iOS, Apple iPads, Apple TVs, etc., you do need to download a new app. I have a link to it in the show notes in this post. They already have the app available for pre-order. It's a free app, but you pre-order it so that on release day it will auto-install on your device with it and you'll be all set with it. But you will need, for iOS devices, to transition to a new app. It looks like Android, Roku, and others will just update the HBO Max to the new Max app. So keep that in mind. It will launch on the 23rd of May next week. And if you're in the Ad Lite plan, you're just going to transition to the Ad Lite plan. Now, if you're in the $15.99 plan, you're going to briefly get 6 months of the $19.90 plan. The Max Ultimate Ad-Free is what they're calling it. Typically $19.99 or $200 a year. This plan is what offers 4K. Now, you'll get it for 6 months free with this 4K. And if in those 6 months you don't, you're going to be downgraded to the $15.99 plan, which is HD, 2 streams at once, 30 offline downloads, and 5.1 surround sound. They say they're going to try to entice you to download or upgrade to the Max Ultimate, which would be $19.99, include 4 concurrent streams, 4K, 100 downloads offline, and Dolby Atmos sound quality. So I think for most people, they're probably not going to be happy about that. If you want to keep 4K when it becomes Max, you're going to have to pay an extra $4 a month. We'll see how that plays out. But for 6 months after the transition, you will get to keep it. we'll keep an eye on this. If you want to learn a whole lot more about HBO Max to Max, I have a video here on the channel about that. But there's also a post in the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment where you can find a whole lot more details about this transition. All right, a lot of news happened, so let's kind of rush through a bunch of news here. Starting off with the fact that YouTube TV is reportedly, according to MoffettNathanson, I hope I said that right, a research firm that studies live TV services, cable, and streaming. They say all major cable services and all streaming services that offer live TV lost subscribers, according to them, except for YouTube TV. A lot of people are pointing to NFL Sunday Ticket. I'm a little cold on that idea that NFL Sunday Ticket's the reason that they added. I think it helped. But NFL Sunday Ticket sales did not start in the first quarter when they say that they were the only ones that grew. They started in the second quarter. So we'll see what second quarter numbers are. Second is you don't need YouTube TV to get NFL Sunday Ticket. You can just go through YouTube and get NFL Sunday Ticket, though there is $100 off the yearly plan if you're a YouTube TV customer. So yeah, it probably helped. I don't think it's the only reason it helped. I think a combination of YouTube's marketing and YouTube TV is for some time been the most popular live TV service out there. I think that's probably helping them more than anything. We'll see the second quarter 2023 numbers to really see the full impact of NFL Sunday Ticket. That, I think, with NFL Sunday Ticket actually going on sale in the second quarter will give us a better idea with it. So keep that in mind. Now, one bad news here is YouTube TV on Friday started notifying customers in select states that they are upgrading their billing system to better manage sales tax and use taxes and other taxes that different states and local governments have applied. And they say in June, on June 15th, they'll start contacting customers if their taxes are going to go up. Now, YouTube TV is not going up, but they are calculating new taxes into the bill, and you may experience a price hike. Now, if you're possibly affected by this, you should have received an email over the weekend informing you that in June, they're going to be recalculating this. And then in July, these new taxes will go into effect. Now, this isn't YouTube TV bringing in new taxes. This is just taxes that are owed to states, locals, and federal governments, depending where you live, that will be applied. I'm not really sure federal government taxes. I'm just used to saying that. But, so keep that in mind. All right, Hulu is ending support for older Rokus. We learned that Disney Plus was ending support for the Roku 4. Now, Hulu has contacted customers informing them that at the end of this month, in May, they are going to discontinue support for the Roku 4. Roku 4 was released in 2015. It's the first Roku player that offered 4K, hence the name Roku 4. And it was ultimately replaced by the Roku Ultra that we know today. Of course, there's been multiple versions of Roku Ultra since the Roku 4 was renamed to that. But you have until May 30th to continue using it. At that time, the Roku 4 will lose access to Hulu and Disney Plus with that. Now, the Roku 4 has been discontinued by Roku. It will no longer get new updates, so probably not a surprise there. All right, Netflix is cutting back. Now, Netflix has announced a plan reportedly to their employees, according to a report from the Wall Street Journal, to cut spending by $300 million this year. Honestly, it's a pretty small portion of what they're spending, because they spent $26 billion last year, and they just want to cut $300 million from that this year. So they're still going to spend like $25 billion and change. But basically what they're saying is they want to be more judicial in how they spend their money, cutting back on probably a lot of fringe perks, and cutting back on new hiring. Now, they were very clear to their employees, according to the Wall Street Journal, that this is not a hiring freeze. They're not going to lay people off. But as they hire new people, they really do want to consider, is this person really needed? We'll see. As far as new content, no word on if this will impact content. Honestly, for a company that's spending $25 billion, finding $300 million to cut back on is a pretty small portion here. It sounds big to people, for us, but for Netflix, it's probably like, for us to be like, hey, I want to cut $300 out of my budget this year. Maybe a better way of saying it. Yeah, it's a cut, but if you think about over the course of a year, just cutting back and eating out a couple times can take $300 out of your yearly budget. So we'll see how it all plays out. All right, let's keep moving along. Amazon is adding more local news. So Amazon struck a deal with NBC Universal to add some local NBC and Telemundo news feeds to their free tab. So now you'll be able to watch 15 different NBCs and Telemundo feeds there. This is as Amazon's been beefing up the Fire TV's free streaming here and now adding more local news in a partnership with NBC Universal. You want to see all the stations that are involved in this? Link in the show notes down below. And fubo is rolling out a new feature that actually YouTube TV has been well known for. They actually won some awards for it. Now fubo is launching their version of it. Fubo will now starting with NBA playoff games, start rolling out a catch-up feature. And this basically means if you miss the first quarter, for example, fubo will intelligently show you highlights of the first quarter to catch you up to wherever the game is in progress. Now, a few catches here, you have to actually be recording the game. The game has to actually be DVR'd for this to work. And the full details on how it will be supported are in the links down below if you want to find it. Now, at this time, it's available on the Fire TV and Android TV. Fubo says more devices will be rolling out support for this feature in the weeks to come. So keep that in mind. Only select devices now, but soon it sounds like all devices will be supporting this catch-up feature, which is pretty cool because I won't watch the game live. I just want to get quick highlights, maybe if I missed the first 10 minutes of the game, and then pick it up from there. Maybe dinner ran long, maybe I was at a school event for my kids. I get home, I want to catch up the 10, 20 minutes I missed, and then watch it live so I can see it live for the ending and not be spoiled on social media, for example. I think it's a pretty cool feature there. So that's it for today. Happy Monday. I hope you had a great day. Thank you for your support. We added like 4,000 people. I have to look at the numbers when I'm recording this post. Over 3,000, almost 4,000 people last week to the YouTube channel. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for your support. Thank you to everybody who's been here a long time. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Take care. Be safe. Have a great Monday.